recently had a fall. I want to know how you're holding up.
I'm holding up fine. I'm right here. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Jay Leno, the iconic comedian known for his decades-long career in late-night television, has experienced his fair share of accidents, but this latest mishap might just be one of the most bizarre and, by his own admission, a little humorous. At the age of 74, Leno is no stranger to the toll that a long career in the entertainment industry can take on one's body. However, it's not just his decades of stand-up comedy or years hosting The Tonight Show that have put him at risk. Sometimes it's the most unexpected situations that send him to the hospital. During a recent visit to Beverly Hills for the Comedy for Kobe event, Leno showed up in a noticeably altered state, wearing an eye patch and sporting a large, ugly bruise on the side of his face. The comedian, who is typically known for his jovial demeanor and bright smile, seemed less than his usual self. Accompanying the eye patch was a bandage wrapped around his wrist, leaving many to wonder what exactly had happened to the man who had once been the face of late-night television. It was then that Leno, ever the storyteller, explained the events that led to his injury to a TMZ photographer. The sequence of events began with Leno simply wanting to visit a restaurant at the bottom of a hill while staying at a hotel perched at the top. It wasn't an unusual request, but the method he chose to reach his destination certainly was. Instead of following the designated path, a relatively safe mile-and-a-half-long trail, Leno decided to take a shortcut. His shortcut, however, involved scaling a steep hill that, in his own words, didn't look that steep. This decision would lead to a serious fall, one that left him with a nasty bruise and a damaged eye. In vivid detail, Leno recalled the incident. "I fell down and rolled down the hill," he explained, sounding almost like he was narrating a slapstick comedy routine, despite the seriousness of the situation. "I hit my head on a rock, knocked me on the eye." He lifted his eye patch for the photographer, revealing a severely bruised eye that was swollen shut, a reminder of just how painful the accident had been. For most people, such an injury would send them straight to the emergency room, but Leno, ever the performer, chose a different route. Instead of seeking immediate medical attention, he continued with his scheduled performance at the Yamava Casino in Highland, California. "When I came back to LA, I went to the hospital," he explained nonchalantly, downplaying the severity of the incident. "It was only a couple of hours of the show, so it's not that big of a deal, it's fine." For Leno, this was just another day in the life of someone who had become accustomed to dealing with physical setbacks. As any comedian would, he had learned how to laugh off the most painful situations. But this wasn't the first time he had found himself in a position where medical professionals were required to patch him up. In fact, his history with accidents and mishaps seems almost like an ongoing part of his story. In November 2022, Jay Leno was involved in a freak accident that could have been far worse. The incident left him with third-degree burns on his face and hands, a reminder of the risks involved in his passion for collecting and restoring cars. Leno, an avid car enthusiast, had been working in his Los Angeles garage when one of the vehicles suddenly caught fire. The flames from the gasoline fire were intense, and despite Leno's best efforts to protect himself, he ended up suffering serious burns that would require multiple surgeries and skin grafts to repair the damage. When he spoke to Page 6 about the accident, Leno didn't dwell on the pain or frustration. Instead, his characteristic optimism and resilience shone through as he brushed off the experience with a remark that was both matter-of-fact and infused with humor. "I got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I am okay. Just need a week or two to get back on my feet," he said, as if burns to the left side of his face and hands were just another minor inconvenience. This spirit of determination to keep moving forward no matter the setbacks is what has defined Leno's career and life. But as much as he may have tried to brush off the injury, it was clear that the burns were a serious ordeal. Yet, true to form, Leno remained upbeat, stating that with his financial security and resources, he was in a far better position than most people to recover from such injuries. "Look, when you're in my position, when you're any kind of celebrity, you're luckier than most people," he said. "So when something bad happens to you, you can't whine and complain about it because bad things happen to people every day. Either they get burned or they get cut, and they don't have the financial wherewithal I did." Just as he was recovering from the burn injuries, Leno found himself in yet another accident, this time involving a motorcycle. In January 2023, he was knocked off his bike and sustained several broken bones. Speaking to a Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter, Leno shared that he had broken his collarbone, cracked 2 ribs, and suffered damage to both of his kneecaps. It was yet another setback in a year full of accidents, but again, Leno maintained his typical sense of humor. "Just last week, I got knocked off my motorcycle. So I've got a broken collarbone. I've got 2 broken ribs. I've got 2 cracked kneecaps." Despite all of this, Leno was quick to assure the public that he was doing fine. He insisted that he wasn't going to let any of these incidents slow him down. "Look, when you're in my position, when you're any kind of celebrity, you're luckier than most people," he said in another interview. The ability to maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of adversity, is one of the reasons why Leno remains a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. However, not all of Leno's recent struggles have been physical. In a deeply personal move, Leno was recently forced to file for conservatorship of his wife, Mavis Leno, after she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This was a significant emotional and personal responsibility for Leno, who has always been private about his personal life. Mavis, whom he married in 1980, has stood by him through the highs and lows of his career, but now Leno has had to take on the role of caretaker for his wife, as Alzheimer's slowly takes its toll on her. Conservatorship, which Leno was granted, is a poignant reminder of the challenges that come with aging and the deep bond that has kept the couple together for over 4 decades. While Leno has made light of his own physical accidents, this is a situation where humor doesn't easily fit. Alzheimer's is an unforgiving disease, and it's clear that the comedian is facing his toughest challenge yet. But, as he has done throughout his life, Leno continues to take things in stride, never letting the obstacles in his path prevent him from moving forward. Through these experiences, Jay Leno has demonstrated the power of resilience and the importance of not letting life's setbacks define you. Whether it's a motorcycle accident, a car fire, or caring for a spouse with Alzheimer's, Leno's response to adversity is nothing short of inspiring. With every bruise, burn, and broken bone, he has shown that the key to getting through life's most difficult moments is to keep going, to keep performing, and to keep living life with a sense of humor, even when life seems to be throwing everything at you. Leno's enduring popularity and the respect he commands from fans and colleagues alike come not only from his work as a comedian and television host, but from the way he handles life's challenges with grace and humor. He may have a bruised face, broken bones, and personal struggles, but for Jay Leno, these are just another chapter in a long and remarkable story. Well, Goozy, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.